Hey guys, it's Jason with the Board Game Mechanics, and today we're going to take a look at a game all about dueling wizards, wizardesses, mages called Argent, the Consortium. Argent the Consortium is a game for 2 to 5 players from Level 99 Games. And in this game, each player is taking on the role of a mage or an overlord of mages or whatever, like a Dumbledore type guy. And what you're trying to do is you're sending these mages out to kind of do some dirty work, to collect some mana, to learn some spells, to just basically be the best wizards that they can be. Because what you're trying to do is you're trying to earn the influence of a council, the Consortium. The trick here is you don't really know what everybody wants. So while you're trying to be the best wizard that you can be, you're also trying to figure out what you're trying to be the best at. Therein lies the challenge. So let's go down to the table and see how all of that plays out. All right, so here's a game of Argent, mostly set up for 2 players. I'm gonna go over setup kind of quickly, then I'm gonna try to play through a round. This is kind of a beast, so I'm probably gonna miss some rules, but I just kind of want to show you how the game plays. So in a 2-player game, each player is going to get a player board and a wizard that's going to have an ability on it. And there's some setup on the board that I have covered up that's going to show you some other things to get. So each player, maybe, is going to get 2 mana, 6 coins, 2 intelligence, 2 wisdom, which I might have done backwards, and 10 marks. And you're going to get 2 wizards of the color of your player board. So in this case, this player gets purple. That player gets green. And then that player was picked randomly to be first. All right, and then to finish setup in a 2-player game, which there's a few differences. In a 2-player game, you're going to draft 5 additional mages, and you're going to play on a 3x3 grid. Outside of that, it's mostly the same. There's some rooms you can't use, but I think I might have just ignored that. I just put whatever I wanted to out. So then you're going to be able to draft 5 mages, starting with last player first, and then we're going to do like a snake. The trick here is you can't have more than 2 of the same color wizard. So this player will get to pick first. They're going to pick blue. You're going to put your little base on it so you know that it's yours. I'm going to try to do this without bumping the camera a lot. And then this player will pick white. They'll actually get to pick 2. So they're going to, let me bring this over a little closer so I don't have to bump a lot of stuff around. All right, so they're going to pick white. Then they get to go first because it's a snake. Then they're going to pick a blue. Actually, they're going to pick purple. And that'll make sense in a little bit why. Then this player is going to pick 2. They're going to pick a red. And they will pick a green. Then it'll be the other player's turn to pick 2. And they will do a... They don't have blue, and they'll take a red. All right, and then finally the last player gets to draft 2. So they're going to take a white one, and they will take a black, which is mysticism. All right, and then the last player is going to take, they want to get in the black train as well, so they'll take one of those. All right. Now we're ready to start. All right, so the game is fairly straightforward. It's a worker placement game, but it has some interesting ideas around that worker placement. So as you can see from setup, there's this board up here that has 2 cards face up, 10 of them face down. What you're trying to do is you're trying to figure out what these 10 cards are here, because those are your in-game goals. You know you're going to get most supporters, which are these cards, and most influence, which is this track around the board here. But you don't know what else there is. There's a possibility there could be, I think, 16 other things, and we're only playing with 10 of them. So you're never quite sure what's going on. So one more thing for setup. Each player gets to take one of their marks, which is this little token right here with their color on it, and gets to mark a card. So we'll do this. I'm not going to look at them because it's irrelevant, but whenever you put a mark on a card, you're going to be able to see what it is. So for example, the green player can flip this card and they're going to know that they're being judged for whoever has the most gold. But I don't know that, just the green player. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and get started. On your turn, you have 3 things you can do and 2 different ways you can do them. There are fast actions, which the only way you can do a fast action is if you have a wizard spell that lets you do it, which will have that little like lightning bolt symbol right there. So this player has fast actions. Or if you have purple wizards, purple mages, they can be used as fast actions as well. And the reason I know that is because there's a deck of cards that has all the colors of the mages and what they do based on what side you want to use. I'm not going to use them because I kind of know what they do. If I have any questions, I'll look at the cards. So first thing you can do in your turn, you can do a fast action, which is basically the regular action stuff you can do, but you have to have something to let you do it. Or you can, let's flip that. Or you can just do a regular action. So the things you can do in your turn, you can place a mage, which can go to any of those places over there. I'm probably going to be playing on these boards a lot just because I can reach them easier. And then what you can do is, or you can use a spell, which means I could pay the 1 mana here, I could exhaust this, and then I can do the ability of this card. Or if I had other spells or whatever, or if I had a supporter or a vault card, I could use those instead as an action. Or I can take a bell tower card, which are going to be these. They're going to give me a 1-time instant benefit, and they're also going to trigger when the round ends. In a 2-player game, there are 3 bell tower cards. When they are all taken, the round immediately ends. We play through 5 rounds. Or you can play 6 if you want to play the long game. So the green player's first. So what they're going to do is they're going to be able to send out one of their mages. So what they want to do is they want to take a fast action. So they're going to take their purple guy with their base, and they're going to put it out on the board. You can go to any of these locations that you want. You don't resolve it now unless it's immediate, which there's one of them, and I'm not going to go to it because I can't reach it. So I'm actually going to go right here. Right there. All right. So then that was their turn. Now it's my turn. I can do the same thing. Or they also have a regular action, so they're going to send out their green guy, which cannot be the target of wounds, which I'll try to show that as well. And they're going to go right there. All right. Then it's my turn. I'm going to do the same. But I'm actually going to pay a mana, and I'm going to use my spell for my... Oh, that's a regular action. Never mind. Disregard. So for my fast action, I'm going to send out my purple. I'm going to come up here. Right there. Actually, I'll just go there. And then for my bonus action, I'm going to take a red, and I'm going to fight. So a red wizard is going to let me go here. I can pay a mana to wound somebody. Then in a 2-player game, I can't really reach it, but when I wound, I can put them over there, and I get the resource. So let's see here. What is that? 2 gold. So in this game, silver is actually 1, and the copper is 2. So this player will get 2 gold. All right, and that was my turn. So now it's this player's turn. They're going to send out a white mage. A white mage is just neutral. I'm going to bring this over. That's ridiculous. I shouldn't have to reach that far. So I'm going to bring out a white mage. I can't do any fast actions. So I'm just going to take this white mage and I'm going to put it out on the board. So I'm going to go right here. All right, then it's back to me. I have another purple, so I'll do another fast action. Whoa. All right, let's see. I'm actually going to go here because this is fun. And I forgot to do something to mark that, so we're going to use this token to mark it because I left the token in the box. And then for my regular action, I'm going to go right here. All right. Then it's this player's turn. They don't have any fast actions. They don't want to do their spell. So they're going to take this red guy and they're going to wound me because they want to spot where I am. So they're going to go here. They're going to pay a mana. They're going to wound me. So I'm going to go to the other spot over there, which I can't reach. But that'll give me 2 mana because that's the spot that I went to. And now anybody else that goes over there gets one of the bonuses down on the bottom. As many people can go to the infirmary or whatever it is. Yeah, infirmary, as needs it to be, so long as the game takes you there. All right, then I'm going to use my spell, which is going to let me shadow one of my opponent's mages with my mage. Because I want to show you how this one of the black characters works. So I'm going to send out the white. And I want to shadow this one. Which means you can see on these spaces there's 3 shadow spots. You can only go there with spells or other certain abilities. And then this mystic mage, when he's placed out on the board, he can be placed out as a regular guy. Or if you do a spell, you can instantly place him out. So I'm going to go ahead and place him out. And I want to go, let's go here. That seems fun. then I can explain some of that to you. Then it's this player's turn. They're going to send out their blue guy. They think they're going to go, let's see. I don't know. We'll just go here and get some mana. Then it's back to me. And I want to go take a bell tower card because that's something I can do in my turn. And it's going to give me 1 influence point. So I'm going to move on the track up here. 1. And then this stays by me because that's mine. And then that was my turn. Then it's the other player's turn. They're going to take green. Let's just go here. And then it comes back to me. I'm going to take another bell tower card. I'm going to take this. I want to take 2 coins. I take 2 coins. All right. And then this player is going to use their mysticism dude. They'll go here. And then for my last turn, I'll send out my green guy over here. Nope. Let's go right there. Just because I can't reach those. Those other buildings are cool. I just can't reach over there. And then because it's my turn again, I don't have anything else I could do. So I'm going to take this third bell tower card. And it's going to let me be first player. So then I'll take this. All right, so now once everything's placed, we're going to resolve top to bottom, left to right. So it's going to go this way. All right, so first thing is this: the green player is going to pull this guy off, and he's going to get mana times the number of in wisdom, I think, that he has. I think that's what it is. Yes. So he has 2 wisdom. So he gets mana plus 2 wisdom. And 2 wisdom, so he gets 2 mana. Pretty easy. All right, so we resolve that. Then it's me. I come back over here. And then I get 3 mana, which is actually a better space than that guy. So he got hosed. All right, then we're coming to the vault. All right, so here's the tricky thing. These top spaces, you can see they have a little A, which basically is this symbol right here. In order to get these, you have to be at 7 influence on the influence track. Neither one of us made it there, so I'm unable to activate this card. So I can take this back, and then I gain an influence point, but now I'm at 7. You get 1 for every 7, and now I have 1 that I can use on another space if I need to. So then this player, he didn't go there, or he didn't need to spend 1, so he gets to take, what does this do? Let's see. When this room resolves, reveal the top 3 cards of the vault deck, and then this player gets to pick 1. So I take 3, and they're going to take 1. So let's take something so I can show you kind of some stuff. All right, so we're going to take this one. So this is free. I can tap this on another turn to be able to put one of my marks out on one of these hidden Consortium guys up here. So that's a really cool card that I can use later. I won't put it up there because I can't reach it. So I'll put that right there. And then the other 2 get discarded because there's nobody else there to do them. And then we'll go to this room. So green gets to do 2 of these. Let me see what these are. You can get a mark, get an influence point, or draft a supporter. So they're going to gain an influence point, and then they're going to draft a supporter. Oh, that's me, not them. Sweet. Oh, no, that was them. And they're going to draft a supporter. The other guy is me. All right, and so they're going to take a supporter. So let me show you supporters here. This player, this goal is you want to have the most supporters. So you just want to get supporters. There might be some that just want certain colors. So these are going to be one-time abilities. They're going to have a color. They're going to have an ability in the bottom, maybe. When you use it, you're going to take it and you're going to flip it and put it on your board like that. And it's going to be for your in-game. But right now, this is in green player's hand. Then I get to do the same thing. I'm actually going to do a mark. So I'm going to take a mark on this card. So since we're both on this card, we can flip it. So now we know we need to have most gold. So whoever has the most gold at the end of the game gets this card. All right. Then we're going to go resolve these from non-shadow to shadow. So non-shadow gets theirs first. So 1, 2, they get one of these. It's little A deals. And then I get 2, 1, 2. All right. That one's resolved pretty easy. I can't get to this one. Let's see what this one is. All right. All right, so we're going to start with this guy. Pay 2 gold per space moved. All right, so move the marker one or more spaces, then claim only the reward under it. All right, so I'm going to spend purple's going to spend 2 gold, and they're going to go here for 2 research. So let me tell you what that does. All right, so I'm using 2 research. I'll leave that there so we can get to it. So I have to pay 2 gold of my gold. I get 2 research. So research is how you're going to learn spells. So I'm just going to take this one just because it's easy to get to. So spells are going to have a color, and they're going to have 3 different categories. To learn it, you need to have a knowledge book. So I'd put that book on there like that. That's 1 research action. For another research action, I could draw another card, or I could make this better. So I'm just going to make this better. So I will take one of my wisdoms, and I will put it. So now I have 2 spells that I can use on this card, and that was that. Then I'm going to refill the spell area here. All right, then the third player, they're going to spend 4 gold to move it. So they're going to spend 4, but they're going to gain 8. So they're just going to take 4, which sounds like a pretty fair trade-off. All right, so then they take their dude back. And then this goes back over there. This goes right there. Let's move this one so I can get to it. All right, so then we're going to resolve this room. So purple is going to get 1 buy and 1 research. All right, so for my buy, I can spend money to buy 1 of these vault cards. So I want to buy this one. It costs the money up here, and then it has an ability down here. If it's consumable, it's a one-time thing. Some of them, and then it'll go in here for in-game points. If it's a treasure, you may be able to tap it and use it over and over and over. So I'm going to buy this. You might not be able to see it, which is all right. So I have to pay 3, so I'll cash in my 5, get 2 back. All right, and then this refills. And now I also get 1 research, which I'm going to use because I have another book. So I'm going to learn another spell. I'll just learn this one, just so I can have some more stuff here. All right, so I have 3 total spells of vault card to use on a future turn, which is pretty solid. Then this gets refilled. And then this player is going to get to take 1 of these, and they're actually going to just take a book. So they want to take a book. Whoops, that's green. So green now has 3 books to my 1 wisdom. All right, so that's resolution. We would also, oops, yeah, that's right. We would also resolve those 2 rooms over there if anybody was in there, but nobody is, so that's it. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go to setup phase. So you take the round 1 card, move it to round 2. You're going to untap all of your spells that you used and take your guys back from the infirmary, and then you're going to play again. You're going to keep going like this until you hit the end of round 5, and then you're going to look at all of these cards, whether you know them or not. So it might end like this, and none of these are marked. You're going to flip these cards. Whoever has the goal, so in this one, most mysticism or black symbol cards, whoever would meet that goal would get it. If it's a tie, it would be whoever's farthest on the influence track if there's 2 markers. So if there two markers were on this, it would be whoever's on the influence track. If there's only 1 marker, that person would win the card, even if they're not the farthest along. So you're playing this whole game basically just to get majority of 12 points, which seems like a beast of a game to get that, but that's how it rolls. So that's how you play Argent, sort of. I mean, you get a gist. Let's go up to the top, see what I think about it. All right, so that was Argent. First off, let me say, this game is really mean. So I'm gonna get that out at the top because that's the one super negative that I have against this game is it is super mean. So I played it 2 players, so it was just me and Katie. We were dueling some wizards. And basically there were so many cards that we couldn't use because we weren't being mean to each other. So I had a bunch of cards that I could go to a place and I could wound you for paying a mana. Or if you wounded me and I went to the infirmary, I could then use that mage to come out and go somewhere else. But we weren't doing that. So I had all these cards that were kind of worthless. I mean, they counted toward the in-game goals, but I couldn't use them through the whole game, so it just felt like a waste. Now that may not be a problem in a higher player count game. I've only played this at 2 players, and I'm sure that's not the best player count to play it at, so I will say that as well. But it still is too mean. Even with more players, it's going to be even more mean. But at least I could use those cards. So that's going to take one of the negatives away. Now let me talk about what I do like in this game. There are multiple things that I like. I like that everybody has their own wizard, that they're going to have their own player power, meaning the starting spell card that you have. So you're going to have this spell that you can use once per round, or, you know, maybe you can refresh it and use it twice per round, whatever. But it's your spell. No one else has that spell. It's going to do a certain thing that separates you from everybody else, which is pretty neat. And I also like that based on the color that you start, or pick that you start, it's going to start you with two of those color mages, which is pretty interesting. Kind of set you in your path of what you want to do. Second thing I like is I like how every color mage that you have, except for white, even they still do have kind of player power, because the neutral is still a player power, have special abilities. So you saw me do the red one and the purple one mostly because those are the most active ones. So the purple one gets to be used as a fast action to go out, take its place before you do your main action. And the red one can go out, pay a mana, and wound somebody, which is pretty neat. The other two are just protected from spells and wounding. And I showed you the black one too. When you cast a spell, it can go out on the board. So they just all have cool little abilities based on the color that they are. That's really neat. The next thing that I like is I like how the supporters are blind. I know a lot that might drive some people nuts, but I think it's cool. So you're spending just as much of the game going to places as you are going to this board up here to try to figure out what everybody wants. So, I mean, that's fun to me. I think the last time we played, I had all my marks down, so I knew what all 12 of the goals were, because you always know 2. And Katie didn't know them all. There were 2 of them she didn't know. She was trying to get me to tell her, and I wouldn't do it. But she ended up winning the game because somehow she was playing the rest of the game better than me. So even though I knew all the goals and I was striving for the goals, I still lost because I wasn't playing as well. And that's a sign of a good game when you can do this without even knowing what the in-game goals are and still win. That's cool to me. So the production's pretty neat. It's got nice wooden chip bits, the mana, cool little gem tokens. The money's nice plastic. The art's kind of an anime style. It's set in the world of Endines, I think. Yeah, the Endines universe. So like Battle of Endines, Devastation of Endines, and all that. That's a level 99 IP. So this is set in the same universe. I don't care about the universe. I don't care about the art of cards. We know that. We've gone over that. I just want to know mechanisms. So from a worker placement and everything other than the meanness standpoint, and maybe the length, it's a little long, this is a good game. So I'm going to give this BGM accepted seal. It's going to be a 7.5 out of 10 on BGG, which is a 3.75 out of 5 wrenches, which is cool. That would be a 2 thumbs up. And yeah, this is a fun game. I'm going to keep it around. I look forward to playing it, maybe not at 5 because that would be forever long. 3 or 4 would probably be pretty neat to play. So hopefully to bust this out and get a higher player count and see if the meanness is at least mitigatable or mitigable, however you'd say that word. I can mitigate the meanness. That would be cool with me. So yeah, that was Argent the Consortium from level 99. I'm Jason with the Board Game Mechanics, and as always, keep gaming.